welcome to the Not One-on-One 10 in 10 podcast. That was based off of our last interview, so I apologize, but 10 in 10 podcast. I'm so excited to sit here with Stephanie Bell. We got to chat a little bit ahead of time and talk about my dream job. Literally a travel business. Like, your job is to create all these amazing, memorable experiences, not only for yourself, which is kind of how you started with you and your family, but now you're bringing people in, you're coaching them, you're mentoring them, and still doing this fun stuff. And Disney sounds like is one of your favorite spots. That sounds so fun. Okay, so I had said I had to wait till we got on air to tell you my favorite Disney story. So every time I watch TikTok, which I'm not a huge TikTok person, but it brings up the algorithms, and my favorite ones are the little girls or the boys, and they're running up to the biggest animal ever, and then they just fall flat on their face, and then the animal falls. Or they run up to the animal, and there's like one of Jasmine, I think, hugging a little boy, and she's just crying, and they have to hug him until the little kid stops hugging him. And I'm like, those are the sweet, I literally just cry after the happiest moment. Yeah. Isn't it the
Disney
happiest place on earth?
Disney is definitely a whole experience, right? They
so
offer so much.
Disney, and I just love those memories because they do it with special needs. They do it with all age groups. They do it with old, young, everybody.
Yes.
So that's such a magical place, and kind of probably.
I grew up in Southern California, so I grew up going to Disney all the time, and I've loved being able to do that for my family as well. We even took them to Orlando last summer and went to Disney World.
Oh my gosh! So Disneyland and Disney World for you guys?
Yes.
Would you do the Paris Disneyland?
I would totally keep going.
Tokyo.
Yes.
Oh my God, that sounds so much fun.
Disney definitely holds a special place in my heart. It's just such a whole experience. It's more than just like the rides. It brings so much joy. The characters and the people that just work there are just, I love Disney.
Yeah, I always say I'm from Arizona, and going to Sedona is a very magical place. It's spiritual, different types. I'm not a meditation person. I'm not a aura person, but you go there and you feel different. That's Disney.
It's where my husband actually proposed to me at Bell
No
Rock.
way!
Because our last name is Bell.
That's so cute. That's adorable. And that started, you're now 15 years being married and 4 beautiful children, all start with S. I think that's so cute. So, and they get to participate in this journey of not only your business, but how you become better at your business because you have to experience all these things.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah, they get to be firsthand. They get to experience it.
So when did you start officially becoming, into the world of travel and business?
So I've always traveled. Mm-hmm. I remember traveling even as a kid with my family. And then as a family, my husband and I, we've always traveled. So 2.5 years ago, it became business. And it just kind of made sense when Lindsay called me. We were camping. I didn't have good reception. And she's like, I need you to listen to this. And I could barely, it kept cutting out. And I thought it sounded almost like a timeshare type thing. And I was like, no, you really need to listen.
Oh, yeah, the salesy, pitchy.
Yes. And
you had to hit a certain quota.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she had she had literally just signed up, trying this business because, she was just getting burnt out on what she was previously doing. So she was like, you need to look at this. You just need to trust me. And I do trust her. She's one of my best friends. So it's okay. My husband and I literally left our camping trip early just so I get good reception. And immediately my husband was like, you should do that. Yeah. Right? It just made sense.
It's you're calling.
Yeah. I already booked all of our trips. So why not earn the commission from them? Mm-hmm. Most people don't know, but commission is already built into every booking. So you go on Expedia and you book it yourself through Expedia, they're going to get the commission. And now I use Expedia, but as a travel agent, I get that commission.
That's amazing. It's this whole world that most people are like I'm an event planner. So everyone's like, oh, I can plan my daughter's birthday party. No big deal. And then they get into it and they're like, why did I do this? And that's the same thing with travel, especially when you go across seas, having passports, having potentially shots and, going on safaris and everything. It's not just you can go online and learn about it, but that's a job in itself. And when you can hire trusted people like you who love doing it and almost have done it before, I'm going to trust you a heck of a lot more than what I find on Google.
No, it's true. We offer a service. And that's literally how I promoted my business is I was offering this free service. I don't charge my clients. I get paid directly from suppliers. And
so smart.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So it's like I can hire you, but not hire you because
Correct.
you make your money from somewhere
so
else.
I can find the same thing that you can, and yet you're supporting a small business because that commission's coming back to me versus the company that you're booking it through.
So what do you love most about doing this?
I love most the impact it's had on my family, the trips we've been able to take, the RV we've
I know you
gotten
just
to-
bought an RV.
Yes,
That's amazing.
last year we got to purchase an RV. It's been a dream for my husband and I to do this with our kids for years. Both of us grew up camping with our parents, and it's something that we've always held near and dear. So this business financially has allowed us to like live out that dream. I've also loved being able to empower other women. So this business has turned into, it started out.
So like the pin you're wearing, right?
Yes.
You wear it close to your heart too.
Yes, I do. So this represents that I have helped, this is me personally helping 9 families start their own business. And
9 families.
Yes.
So that's 18 for sure, probably different people plus children. Like that's changing lives in a positive way because they're not only making money for their family, but probably doing something they like to do.
Yeah. So a lot of people, what I found, so I originally got in this for the booking the travel, right? Earning the commission on my own trips, booking for my close friends, my close family and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I quickly found out that I'm not the only one that likes to book myself. So then I was like, well, maybe I should just start showing people like how they can do it too and start their own travel business, booking for themselves, booking for their close friends and family, and they can earn the commission as well.
That's amazing. But just like any job, like there's obviously challenges along the way, and you are your own boss, and having a family and a husband and a house. And do you have animals? Yes, you have animals.
Yeah.
They're all S's as well.
All S's. Yes.
So like that's a lot, and you have to take time out of your everyday to focus on growing the business, but you probably have challenges along the way. What are some of those biggest or the most time-consuming challenges that you didn't expect?
So one of the biggest challenges that I've had actually was me coming to terms with like a career change. So I went to school, got my master's degree and everything in education. Okay. And I've been a teacher for almost 15 years. And I envisioned myself teaching for the rest of my life until I retired. Mm-hmm. However, teaching, as much as it is my passion, and I absolutely love being with the students and doing that, it's very draining. And this past year brought on a lot of challenges, even just within that career and my family, and being able to realize the potential in this business and kind of get there with Lindsay's help. It has turned into something that I'm actually able to take a step back from my full-time teaching position. And that was a challenge in itself. I remember getting so many signs from God that it literally...
Got to listen to things every once in a while.
And I kept like pushing them off. Like, no, that's not the route that I was going to be taking. Like, I envisioned myself teaching forever. Like, this is not where I saw myself going. Yeah. And like signs just kept kind of pushing me, like, this is where you're supposed to be. You're able to touch more lives this way. You're able to, do all that. And so career change, that was the challenge. Yeah. However, what I have found is my strengths that I have brought to this business, that I have learned from teaching, I still get to teach and mentor and coach all these families.
And it's a different way. You're not teaching 5-year-old kids. You're teaching full-grown adults.
and there's so many things, because in my classroom, I taught a lot about mindset. Yeah. In this business, it's a lot about personal growth and your mindset.
Within you. You're not necessarily teaching that to other people.
No, exactly. Yeah. But I am also, I'm trying to get them to have that personal growth.
You're the people you're coaching.
Yes.
Yeah, not your clients always.
No.
You're like, go mentally prepare for yourself on a trip, please.
Yeah, no. My clients, I normally just take what their needs and wants are and try to figure out what their dream vacation is.
Them happy.
Yep.
Teach them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but my team that I've been able to help them start their own businesses, that's where I kind of get to use my teaching skills, my mentoring skills.
Did you think leaving a career in teaching that you would, in a sense, think that way now?
No, it literally tore me. I remember having so many conversations with my husband and my mom and my best friends, and just being like, I feel like I'm meant for something more, but I'm but at the same time, I don't, like, I can't leave teaching. I can't leave my career. I'm at the school with my kids. So that kind of felt like I was, and my youngest is starting kinder this year. And I started at that school when my oldest was in kinder. So it was almost like, how can I just like not be there for all of my...
It's such a huge part of your kids and lives and everything. I get that.
So, but it
was time.
The opportunity that this business has allowed for us is going to open so many more doors.
Well, and you keep mentioning Lindsay as your mentor in a sense. What do you hope you can pass on to your mentees? Mentees, similar to what Lindsay's passed on to you?
It's funny because I've actually been doing one-on-one coaching calls this past week with some of my team, and one of the things that Lindsay does very well is empowering women. And like, I remember always having like this like doubt in myself. I did this business more as like a hobby to begin with, right? It was just kind of to put, my husband and I both have good jobs and we lived well, and it was just kind of like fun money for vacations, right? So I really didn't take it very serious. And Lindsay always saw like potential in me, that she would like push me out of my comfort zone and like motivate me, like, you know, show me like what this could really do. And so what I'm going to take, what she's done for me, is kind of those like same things for the people on my team, the women on my team. We just got back from Vegas this past weekend. She threw an amazing retreat where we laughed and cried and did all the things and so many breakthroughs. And she is the leader of that, creating that sisterhood, those moments, that bonding, that team building. Like, she was the forefront of all that, and I want to be like that.
That's amazing.
With my business. So.
It's almost like she's created and you're helping create all these memorable experiences, but that's also what you're producing for your clients.
No, exactly.
With these trips. And so it's like a full circle moment, and you still get to teach and you still get to do all the stuff that you love and get the perks of traveling.
Yeah, no, Lindsay and I, we always talk that if we were one person, we'd be like a perfect person. Her strengths and my strengths are not all the same, but what she'll tell you is we both just know how to have a really good time.
Oh,
so we're always a lot of fun.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for educating me on this like business travel. I never knew this was a thing. Yeah. I was always somebody to go on, or go online and like book it myself. And it's so nice to know there's people out there like you that can help with this kind of stuff. So it's been a joy to talk to you, learn about your family. I love all the S's. I'm going to take something with that down the road. But thank you guys all for joining. And we actually have, am I allowed to say this? Lindsay coming up next. I know, super excited. We'll hear from her. But thank you for joining the 10 and 10 podcast today, and we will catch you later.